My dear students, a hearty welcome to everyone. Today we are going to see Prose 2, title of the lesson, The Queen of Boxing, type, an autobiographical essay, theme about self-confidence that one should develop, author Mary Com, presented by Mr. A. Britoraj. My dear children, before going to the lesson as such, we shall have some fair idea about how can a sports person be an accomplished person? What are the rewards that they get? What are the disposition that they should have? And above all, the challenges that which they meet. First of all, coming to an accomplishment. Any sports person, if he or she wants to be an accomplished person, first of all, they have to work hard. First of all, they have to be a winner at the district level. Then they have to come to the regional level, and from regional level they have to come to national level, and from national level they have to come to international level. Okay, the achievement that which they do, they get rewards. Yes, in the field of sports, they are given gold, silver, or bronze medals, isn't it? Yes. Now moving on to the disposition. Any professional of sports, they should have certain disposition, certain attitude. What are they? They should have a competitive mindset. They should have an excellent hand-eye coordination. They should have a great motor skills, and above all, a high level of physical fitness, isn't it? Yes. Children, can you identify on the slide a few personalities who are part of the sports? Yes, both men and women, they are part of it, and right by now, you know their field, isn't it? Yes, good. Now we shall come to the last one, challenges. What are the challenges that sports person, be it men or women, what are the challenges at the society level do they face? Okay, so at the society level, men normally face corruption and a mismanagement of sports authorities. Next one, they feel lack of recognition in the sports field. Sometimes they may not be identified, they may not be given much preference to come out, isn't it? Yes, next one, they have lack of infrastructure. Last one, they have lack of remuneration and job security. Okay, now coming to women, what about their level at the society level? What are the challenges that they undergo? They have normally economic problems, isn't it? Okay, most of the time they are underpaid. More than men, women are underpaid in the society. So in the sports field also it happens. Okay, the next one very very important. After marriage, they are in a confusion whether to continue or not, whether should they continue their sports field or not. This is the problem that which they undergo. Next one, they okay, what about gender equality? Do they okay, are they getting treated well? Do they have a fair treatment in their sports field? That is another question, that which another challenges that they meet out. The last one, are they empowered? Today, in most of the fields, women have been taking upper hand. Why? It is because of empowerment. So, at sometimes in some fields, till today, they feel disempowerment. Okay, now we can go to the lesson straight away. We should discuss something about the author. Mangte Changni Chung Mary Kom is a boxer and a winner of 5 World Boxing Championships and an Olympic bronze medal in 2012. So it is one of the very important point that she happened to be a boxer, by the by, that you must keep in mind here. So she happened to be an accomplished person in the field of boxing. Okay, next one. As a school girl, she used to play a variety of sports. So, like you people who are right by now in schools, what are the varieties of sports that she developed? We have hockey, football, and athletics. Okay. Now she had a person to be inspired. Who was that one? She was inspired by Manipuri boxer Dinko Singh, who won a gold at the Asian Games in 1998. Mary Kom took up boxing. So who was her model, an inspirational figure? He was none other than Manipuri boxer Dinko Singh. She also came from Manipuri. That we must keep in mind. Okay. Now what about her achievements? Something we have here. She won the first medal of silver in Pennsylvania, USA in 2001. Next, she is the only woman boxer to have won a medal in each one of the 6 world championships. And because of her achievement, because of her exceptional performance, what happened? What did the government of India do? She was honored. Okay, what was the thing? She was honored with the Padma Shri in 2010 and the Padma Bhushan in 2013 for her wonderful achievements in the field of sports. Okay, now what do we mean by these rewards there? Okay, you can find at the end of the slide. These are the civilian awards instituted or given by government of India. What are their gradation? What are their levels? First of all, one will be given Bharat Ratna, that is the first one. Then they will be given Padma Vibhushan. Then right from Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan. Then the last one is Padma Shri. And she happened to be the luckiest girl to receive all these civilian awards from government. Why? Because she achieved something in her field. What was her field? Boxing. That you must keep in mind. She was honored with the Padma Shri in 2010 and the Padma Bhushan in 2013 for her wonderful achievements in the field of sports. She wrote her autobiography, Unbreakable. The title of the book is nothing, Unbreakable. Who wrote it? Mary Kom herself wrote it. So, therefore, that book is known as an autobiography. In which year she wrote it? Year 2013. So, you can find on the slide the title of the book. Can you identify? Yes. So, before going to the detail, shall we learn what do we mean by what is the difference between a biography and an autobiography? Yes, you have down there. A biography is nothing, life history of an individual written by someone, normally in third person. So when someone writes on somebody's life history, that will be known as a biography. But then what about an autobiography? An autobiography is nothing. Life history of an individual written by self. Normally by self in first person. Very, 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 very important. And auto means the word auto means self. So life, if any life history is written by self in first person, that will be known as an autobiography. In which year she write here? She wrote it in 2013. Okay, now we shall go to the lesson straight away. The autobiographies of accomplished sports persons are replete with the challenges they faced and their single-minded pursuit towards their goal. Such a book is sure to make an interesting as well as an inspirational read. Okay, now take the first line. The autobiographies. Already we know what do you mean by autobiography. Life history written by self. So normally autobiographies of what type of people here? Accomplished sports person. What do you mean by accomplished? Achieved, talented, skilled, known for high abilities. So when those high ability people of high ability, if they happen to write any books, not only their achievements, they happen to write in their book, but also they happen to write There are challenges also. Already we discussed what are the challenges that sportsmen undergo, isn't it? Okay. So why do they happen to undergo all these challenges? Because they wanted to chase their dream. They wanted to reach their dream. So with the how, with the what, with their single-minded pursuit, with a single focus, with one focus, they wanted to reach their goal, and therefore they have met out many challenges. And having met out all these challenges, they happen to collect all these events and they happen to write in the form of a book. And those books, they are going to be highly interesting for any other reader, for any reader. It is not only interesting, as well as it is going to be an inspiration, an icon, a model to anyone who happen to read such a book. So therefore, right by now, what is she indirectly telling her? She is going to present her life story, the challenges that she met on the way. She is going to present it, and we are going to be inspired and we are going to be interested all the more to hear about her, isn't it? Okay, now we shall move on. Now read an excerpt from MC Mary Com's autobiography, Unbreakable. So what in by excerpt? Excerpt means an extract taken from. So the lesson which we are given, it is taken from which is source? From Mary Com's autobiography. From her book. What was the title of the book here? The Unbreakable. Unbreakable is the title of the book. From that book, we are given a source, a material to be inspired. Shall we all see? Yes. Now we shall move on to the lesson. Before going to the lesson, just one more thing that we should keep in mind here. What are some of the games that she participated, and what are the rewards, medals that she received? Because once you have this clarity, only you'll be able to understand. Okay, first of all, you should know that she participated in the World Women Championship, isn't it? And then she participated in the Olympic, then she participated in the Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, and the lesson that we are given, it focuses mainly on the first part. The first part I already given in color, in yellow. Can you identify? So right from 2001 to 2006, what were some of her achievements? That part we are taken and we are given in the lesson. That's all. Okay, rest of things just you can keep in mind. These are the some of the years that she participated in that particular game and she won particular medal. So right from 2001 she started and till today she continues. Okay, now shall we see the lesson? Soon after the Bangkok Championship, I was selected in the 48 kg category for the International Boxing Association, originally the Association Internationally de Boxe Amateur, or the IBA, World Women's Boxing Championships in Pennsylvania, USA in December 2001. Okay, so this is another crucial one. So after winning the game in Bangkok and getting reward, she happened to be selected by an association. So that association has a name. What is the name of that association? IBA. What do you mean by an IBA? It is an acronym. What do you mean by an acronym? Any short word, any short phrase which could be read as a word. ஒரு வார்த்தையாக படிக்க முடியும்னா அதை நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்லலாம்னா that is an acronym. So here we have an acronym IBA. What do you mean by an IBA? It is an association. What is that association? International Boxing Association. What is in Latin? Internationally de Boxe Amateur. Okay, so that particular organization conducted boxing competition contest, isn't it? So how at the world level? At the world level, for which category? For women category. So therefore, where was it to be held? Where it has to take place? That particular boxing has to take place in USA. In which part of USA? In Pennsylvania. That is a place where that particular sports activity is going to take place. In which year it took place here? Between November to December 2001. Who participated? Who was selected? Our particular Mary Com was selected. Can I identify? I was selected. Why here I is used here? First person pronoun, because it is an autobiography. Who is narrating? Who is trying to tell us who participated? Mary Com. Mary Com is trying to tell what happened. Okay. Are you all thorough with that here? Yes or no? Shall we move on to the next one? Okay. Okay. Now she is selected. The selection of name from IBA. Who happened to be selected? Mary Com is selected. By whom here? By IBA. When it is going to be held between November to December. Okay. So now what happened? Now she has to go to the USA, and before that she should raise fund, isn't it? Okay, now what is another difficult? Now this is a challenging part that we are going to come across. Already we saw challenges, isn't it? Now economic problem that she is going to come across. What is that economic problem? Income. Where does she going to raise her fund to go to the USA? That is another thing here. Okay, now we shall see. My father managed to collect only rupees 2000 for my trip. Where does she go? She's okay. She's going to the USA. For that, from her father's part, what he could do? He could only collect only rupees 2000. Okay, now what happened? What was her feeling? I was both upset and very worried. Very, very important. I was both upset and very worried because I have heard of how expensive things were in America. So normally in USA the things are very costly. It is not up to our country one as such. At the economic level it is at the top level, so therefore the expenses that she is going to meet out in America, it is very, very little. Her father's amount is very little, so therefore now what is she going to do? So now, but there was nothing my parents or I could do, so both of them were helpless. Neither her parents nor herself, she herself they couldn't do anything here. Okay, so therefore what was her risk? Okay, what was her risky talks? What was her boldness? What was her adventure? I spoke to Onler. So can you identify on the picture Onler along with Americam? The person, he is an Onler. Who is that Onler? One of my friends. So right by now we are said he happened to be her friends, and we are not given in the lesson his name. And after 3 months or 4 months, she happened to marry the same person. Onler happened to be the husband of whom here? Mary Com. Okay. I spoke to Onler, one of my friends, about my problem. About her what? About her crisis, about her difficulty, about her predicament, about her difficult situation. Okay. He invited a few students and elders. So, Onler from his part, what did he do? He called a few people. Who are they? A few students and elders. What are they going to do? Who went to meet the two members of parliament and seek their help. So all those students and elders, they are going to meet two MPs of their state, Manipuri, and they are going to raise the fund. They are going to ask for help. So therefore, now what is the outcome of their seeking? Two MPs, very, very important. Two MPs. What in by MPs? Member of Parliament. Two MPs donated, one of them rupees 5,000 and the other rupees 3,000. So 5,000 plus 3,000, we have 8,000, and from her father's part 2,000. Altogether we have 10,000. Okay. Two MPs donated rupees 5,000 and rupees 3,000 respectively, and I suddenly had rupees 10,000 in my hand. So now how much does she have? 10,000. How did she manage to get all these things? 2,000 from her father and 5,000 from one of the MPs, and the other MPs 3,000. Okay. With this princely sum, very very important word. What is princely? It is a textual word. What in by princely means very large. With this princely sum and a little more that had been collected from people, so she also collected some more amount from people also, apart from those 10,000. I left for the US. I left for the US. Why the US is given before certain countries? We got before certain group of countries, not particular countries. Before group of countries, we got to make use of the definite article the. I left for the US. So she left for the United States. Okay. Now she went to the. Okay. Before going there, she is going to pronounce a statement. She is going to give a conviction. She is going to tell us, assure us something. What is. Okay. What was that? I was relieved to have money in my pocket and know that I could not come back empty handed after all the efforts that people had made on my behalf. So this is a thing that this is a resolution that she takes, determination that she takes. What was her resolution? Since everybody helped her, from her father to MPs and a few people from the locality, since they helped since everyone helped her, she makes up in her mind not to come back from USA after after attending the game, after attending boxing. She is not going to come back with the empty handed. Why? That means she has in her mind itself that she is going to win the game. Why? Because people have donated her a lot, and she has to be very responsible. People have done their part and she has to do her part. So a reciprocal part we could identify. So what is her resolution? She is not going to come back empty handed. Why? All the efforts people have done by way of contributing money. Okay, now she is going to tell us something about Pennsylvania and about the people of USA. Where is Pennsylvania? It is in the states, in the United States. So now we are going to come across two aspects. One about the climatic condition, the other about the people of United States. How? What about their disposition? We are going to come across. Pennsylvania was cold and beautiful. Very very important. What was the nature of Pennsylvania? It was very cold. It was very very winter that time. As well as it was beautiful. It was snowing. What was snowing? The place of Pennsylvania was known for snow. We were confined to the sports arena, but what little I saw was pleasing to the eye. Okay, so they were not taken anywhere and elsewhere. They had been restricted only to the sports place. Arena means place. Which place they were restricted? They were only restricted to stay only in a sports place, not in some other places. So from there, she is able to be attracted by certain things. What was the thing here? The climatic condition of Pennsylvania. It was very cold and beautiful, as well as it was snowing. So everything came to her eye. Okay. Now we are moving on to the people. How were the people? What was their approachability? The people were enormously nice too. It was the first time in my life that I had traveled so far. I was looking forward to seeing what America was all about. So for the first time in her life, for in her lifetime, first she went to the States, and there she happened to notice people of United States had been very cordial. They had a good rapport. They were so so nice to have relationship, maintain relationship. So she had a good impression about the people of United States also. That's what she is. Okay, she is trying to tell us here. Okay, now what happened? But since we were the last team to arrive, we went straight to the sporting arena from the airport. So the many went from India, and they had been straight to the from airport to their sporting place. They had gone, and our Marycom's team had been the last team to reach the sporting area. Okay, from where? From the airport. Okay, now what happened? The other teams had already completed their wait in. which is compulsory for all players. So once they go for games, once they go for their particular sports, they have to measure all their weight, height, and those things here. Okay, the moment you go for measuring out, you are quite sure that you have to participate in that game that particular day. Okay, now here what happened. The other teams had already completed their weight in, which is compulsory for all players. I was tired and suffering from jet lag. Okay, so since she happened to travel along for the first time in her life to United States, she was she was very tired and she was suffering from jet lag. It is a book. Okay, it is also a book oriented word. What do you mean by jet lag? It is normally a feeling of tired or unpleasant experiences. A tired. Okay. Now, why she was so tired? Because she all the way traveled from Manipuri to United States, and therefore she was very much tired, and she had that jet lag. Okay. Now, what did she do? It had been morning when I left, and here it was morning again. So the moment she left Manipuri, it was morning time, and the moment she reached USA, again it was morning time. So therefore, starting from morning and reaching morning, what happened? They she could not have slept. She should have been disturbed in between, isn't it? Okay, now what does she feel after weighing in? So now she has what's the dear? She has gone for her measuring her weight. After weighing in, I found out that I did not have any match that day. So now she is very happy because in the previous statement we have she was very tired because she suffered from jet lag, and right by now she is very lucky because she did not have any match to play that day. If she happened to participate that day, then then we may not know what would have been her result because of her tiredness, isn't it? Okay, now what was the result? We can see there. I was fortunate, but some of the teammates were not so lucky. So now who was lucky and who were unlucky? Mary Com was lucky, and and some of her teammates were unlucky. Why? Because they had their gaming part, uh, their participation that day. Okay, I was able to rest well enough to face my opponent in the round, which I won comfortably. So since she was able to take quite rest, good amount of rest that particular day, now she is very bold enough to face her opponent, an enemy who is going to come in the ring. So now she is ready to face the battle. How? Comfortably. And she happened to tell, "Oh, okay, my fear of facing new opponents quickly vanished." So now she has no any fear at all to face the opponents. I completed in the 48 kg in this championship. While teammates lost one after the other, I went on to reach the final. So, since she happened to be the luckiest girl not to play on that particular day, she took nice rest and she participated the next day and she won the game among her teammates. Whereas many of her teammates they lost in one or the other game, and nobody could reach her except Mary Com. Mary Com alone from India reached up to finals. Okay. I was even hopeful of winning the gold. The boxers were not unbeatable as I had earlier thought. Okay, now she is very much hopeful. She has a positive feeling that she is sure to win the gold and she is sure to come back to the nation, to India with a gold medal because people have helped her a lot and she is not going to come back empty. I felt like this would be the place, the event that would change my life. I kept telling myself, I can face anyone in the ring. Yes, here we have the courageous words of Mary Com. Okay, now why does she feel so lucky to be in this place here? Because in the previous slides we learned that she first of all liked the climatic condition, isn't it? And then she also added to that one, she also liked the people because of their approachability and their sentimentalism and so on and so forth here. And right by now, she is also very lucky enough. Why? She took sufficient rest, a good amount of rest she had taken it, and now she is bold enough to face the event, the boxing event. And now she assures us that she is ready enough to face anyone, no matter whether they come from any of the countries. That's what she feels. So where she is ready to face them, in the ring. The ring means inside the boxing ring. That's what she is trying to tell us. Okay. Now she is going to face one after the other finals. Okay, we should see what are they. In the quarter final, I defeated Nadia Homke of Poland by RSC. Okay, now first of all, she's okay allowed for the quarter final, and there she happened to win. She was the winner. Why? Because I defeated. Here the word I refers to Mary Kom. Okay, she defeated whom here? Okay, she defeated Nadia Homke of Poland. So Nadia Homke is from Poland and she had been defeated by our Mary Kom. Okay. Now what happened in that particular match? What happened? That particular match was stopped by a referee. Now that's what we are given an abbreviation RSC. Do you understand here? What do you mean by RSC? Referee stopped contest. What do you mean by referee stopped contest? This referee stopped contest is applicable when the referee feels one of the boxers is inferior to the other and risk getting hurt badly. So in the during the match, if any one of the boxers is badly wounded, the referee has the power to stop the contest, that particular game, because the other okay might be getting badly wounded. So that's the reason why where they stop. So during that time, one who is not at all getting much wounded, she will be proposed as the winner. So in that case, here we have Mary Kom, okay, our Indian woman who happened to win that particular game. Okay, right by now she is eligible for the quarter final and she won it. Okay, next what happens? And in the semi final, I defeated Jamie Bihal of Canada by 21 East 9. Okay, now after quarter final, she went for the semi final and there also she won. She happened to defeat. She defeated whom here? Jamie Bihal of Canada. So Jamie Bihal came from Canada and she had been defeated by our Mary Kom. Okay. Okay, now what happened? Quarter final successful. Semi final also is successful. Okay, now she is straight away eligible for the final. Who is eligible straight away? Mary Kom. I reached the finals but lost to Hula Sahin of Turkey by 13 is to 5. So here we have a bad news. We happen to hear that in the final Mary Kom lost. So she lost during which year? 2001. Okay, now okay before before the quarter final, she promised that this match is going to change my entire life because in her hand nation, okay, in her hand family, in her hand everybody has given their contribution, and therefore she had a determination, single minded focus to win the game and get the gold medal and submit to our nation. But here she happened to meet out the fate. What is the fate here? She lost in the final. So against whom? Hula Sagin of Turkey. So now what happened? So therefore, now we will identify in the next class where she would be proposing the reason, where she would be telling the reason as to why she lost in the match. She gives one of the, okay, out of many reasons, one of the reasons she gives us. Anyway, we shall see in the next class as to why she happened to do so and so on and so forth here. Isn't it? Okay. So with this, we complete the first class and I wish everyone to have a good day. Thank you.